Hello, good morning students. Welcome to your geography class, and in today's class we are going to continue the topic that is migration. In our previous videos we have already discussed about meaning of migration and types of migration, that is internal, external, immigration, emigration and so on. We have already discussed the difference between these two. So in today's class related to this, the topic is brain drain. As you can see on your screen, a brain is there, a picture which shows you with which you can prepare a blueprint in your mind what is the meaning of this topic. So as you can see in the picture, one person is there and that person's brain is visible, and with his brain, with his all capacity, with his all genius things, with his all, you can say, educational qualities, with all his professional qualities, with all his you can say skill, he is going from one place to another. He is taking his luggage, he is taking his suitcase, bag or whatever you want to say, and he is traveling, he is moving from one place to another. So I feel this gives you, the picture gives you a blueprint in your mind what is the meaning of the topic. So let's begin this class with the meaning of brain drain. First of all, as I always explain you the meaning, first of all we discuss the definition of the topic and then we further discuss what is the related to that topic, whatever we have to discuss according to your syllabus and whatever is the content. So let's begin today's class with this new topic, that is brain drain, and I hope all of you will be actively participating in this class. We will be listening to me very carefully, and so let's start today's class. So now as you can see on the screen, there is a definition on one side and one example of brain drain. So let me first of all clear you what is brain drain. Brain drain is basically movement of any educated personnel, of any professional personnel, or anyone who wants to move from his own native country to another country, that is from the home country to the destination country. When you are moving in such a way, it is a loss for the home country, since all the educated personnel, since all the qualified personnel, all the qualified human resources are moving from the country to another place. The reasons can be so many, there are so many reasons for this. That is, for example, if I want to tell you in short, if I have to summarize the reasons, it can be for any professional, like for education purpose people are moving out. It can be political instability, a political unrest is there in the country, or for seeking any high standard of living. If the person wants to gain high standard of life, a luxurious life, so these all things, if a person can afford, he tries to move from one place to the other place where all these services are available to him. And that is why, because of the movement of these people, why it is known as brain, because educated personnel, the skillful human resources, the skilled human resources of your country is moving to another country. Since they are leaving their home country, it is a loss for the home country, and they are going to contribute in the economic value of the other country, since they are going to use their skills, since they are going to work in that country. So the standard of that country in all the sense, in the sense of economic value, in the sense of anything, will be increasing, and it is a complete loss for the home country. And that is why the name, another name for brain drain, it is said as human capital flight. Listen to me carefully, that is why another name for brain drain is human capital flight. So I feel with this it is very clear to you that what is brain drain. Brain drain is basically movement of educated people, movement of skilled people, movement of professionals, you can say, whether anything, like if a businessman is moving from one place to another to settle his own business in any other country, so all the profit, all the thing will be added in the economic resources of that country, not your country. So these are the negative effects, you can say, these are the laws, and this is what brain drain is, what today's video is all about. Now we'll be discussing why brain drain is caused. Basically, there are three causes. If we talk about causes of brain drain, basically there are three causes. If you have to summarize, like I said earlier also, if you have to summarize the you can say the causes of brain drain, the first you can say for educational purpose, which is a fact. People people are trying to give best education to their child, so they are moving from one place to another. The second can be political unrest in the country, the political instability in the country. If the government is not providing all the resources to the educated people, if there is unemployment and so on, so many reasons are there. So in short, if you have to combine all the reasons, you can say political instability. And the third reason, if you have to summarize, is that if the person, or if a educated person, or if a professional person, or if a skillful person wants to get a high standard of living. So these are basically three main causes why brain drain is caused. So these three causes can be differentiated or can be categorized into two parts. That is, the first part already we have discussed in when we were discussing about the video immigration and emigration. Already I have discussed, and today again we will be discussing that, so that it is more clear to you, and it will be in your mind very easily, it will be very clear to you. So if you have to categorize these three causes, that is, the first one I said educational purpose, the second one I said political unrest, and the third one I said high standard of living. If these three causes you have to divide into other two categories, in broad sense you can classify. One is pull factor and another one is push factor. So in the next pictures which I will be showing you, or which will be depicting, or which will be explaining us about what are the pull factors of brain drain causes, under the causes of that, and what are the push factors. Basically, pull factor is all about the destination country, how that destination country is trying to pull the educator, how it is attracting towards. And push factor is something which you don't like, or which forces you to move to destination country. So this is what pull and push factor means. So let's see what are the different pull factors point wise, and what are the different push factors point wise. Factors you can say are the positive factors of the developed countries, which try to attract the individual, which try to attract the group of people towards itself. Now what are the things of the developed country by which a person is attracted, or by which the brain drain happens? If you talk about this, then you can say these are, for example, like if you have to talk about education comes first. If a person want to get education from a renowned university, it will be a prestige for that person. So that is one reason. Political unrest is there in the country, any discrimination is there in case of you can say job opportunity. And if unemployment prevails in the home country, person may be thinking, I have the capability, if I go in certain areas, I'll be getting job, I'll be getting a livelihood. So that's why also the brain drain happens. If a person wants to get high standard of life, if he feels like wherever he is living he is not getting that luxurious life, if his lifestyle is not being raised, and he feels like I'll be going to this country, I'll be getting more better way of living, I'll be getting more opportunities, more job opportunities. It can be in any sense, the lifestyle what he want to raise, it can be in any of the sense. He may be getting an intellectual freedom, he may be trying to get a freedom if he lives somewhere else separately if he is living. So this all can be the reason. One more reason can be, for example, if he wants to learn about different culture, like we talk about diversity in culture, if we talk about he want to learn about different ethnic groups, so this can all this combinedly. For example, if we talk about unstable, you can say stable economy, if stable employment facility is not there in your country, if political stability is not there in the country, so the person may try to leave. And these are the positive reasons of, especially about the developed country, where is usually the person is attracted to. It can be a safer environment, job security. So these all can be the reason for, of you can say these all reasons are called as pull factors, why a person, why educated person, why a skilled person has to leave, or he feels like he is attracted towards that. So these all are the reason. Now talking about push factors, if we talk about push factors, it is completely opposite of pull factors. Whatever we have talked about, whatever positive points, here we will be talking about negative points. These are the negative points of what? Home country. That means the underdeveloped country, or you can say developing countries. These are the negative points why the youth, why you can say the youth or the educated person thinks that he should leave his own country and move to another country. So the reason can be any, for example, if modernized education is not available in his country, so he may be trying to move there. If any cultural discrimination, there we have talked about, just now we have discussed about, he wants to get diversity in culture, he want to learn different culture, he want to gain different knowledge. But here what is happening, he is trying to see whether there is cultural discrimination in the country. If there is political instability, if the government is not able to provide all the employment facility, if the government is not able to fulfill the resources, if the need of the people of his own country, so this can be reason why a person is forced to leave. If he thinks I have the capability, I should try somewhere else, if there is no job opportunity, if there is unemployment in the country. And one more reason can be natural disaster. So these all are the reasons which makes a person leave the home country and move towards any developed country. So if we talk about and intellectual freedom, there we have talked about, we have just now seen in pull factors intellectual freedom, if a person wants freedom. But here in push factor we will be talking just opposite, that can be lack of freedom. If there is any lack of freedom, these all things are there. So this can be the reason for education purpose, for job opportunity, for any safer appointment is not there in his. So all the points which were in positive in pull factors, the team will turn vice versa, it will be just opposite for push factors. So I hope now these 2 points are clear to you, what is pull factor and what is push factors. Point wise everything is there on your screen and you can see that easily what are the points, and you can revise again by seeing the video. Now let's talk about, we have now discussed about the meaning of brain drain, we have discussed about what are the causes of brain drain, and we have categorized them into pull and push factors. Now the thing is which is left and which we are going to discuss right now, that is what are the impacts of brain drain. If brain drain is happening, what are the impacts of that, we have to discuss that. So we will be discussing that, and let's see what are the positive impact of brain drain and what is the negative impact. Just now we have discussed causes and now we are going to discuss about positive and negative impacts of brain drain. So let us see that. Now talking about the positive impacts first, if we talk about the positive impacts of brain drain, the thing is the money. Suppose I myself, if I am going to any developed country and I am earning over there, so my family is living in my home country. One is home country, one is destination country. Home country is where I am born, where I am educated, and now I have moved because of any job opportunity to any developed country. So if I have moved over there and my family is in the home country, I'll be earning money through my job and I'll be sending that money to my home country. So that money which I am sending to my home country, that is known as remittance. Remittance is the money sent back home in the form of gift or anything, and that money will be used by my family for the purpose. So that will increase the economic value of the home country, because money is being sent and that money is being circulated in the home country. So this is the plus point of brain drain, that economic transactions increases, that money can be invested in any business firm, and so it will be a profit for the person also and for the home country also. And suppose if I return back, if suppose a person has gone for any education purpose over there, he may not permanently shift there, but for a long period of time to complete his education he lived there, but after a time he decides to return back to his home country. So the thing is knowledge, what is called, why the topic is known as brain drain. What is brain, what is intellectual, you can say qualities are, what his skills are, that is with him, that no one can steal, whether he has acquired from home country or whether he has acquired from developed country or the destination country, that is with the person, and wherever he will be settling down, it will be a plus point for that place. It can be home country also, or it can be a if it can be a destination country also. So if a person is returning back, his educational qualities, his skills are being used by the home country. So it is what? It is a plus point of brain drain. So he will be increasing the value of his own country. Now if we move, I feel now this positive point of brain drain, impact of brain drain, the positive points are clear to you. Now moving to the negative points. If we talk about the negative points of brain drain, the first and foremost is that the country is losing the entrepreneurs, the people, those who can make the country grow in form of economic values, those who can set up a business in the country. All these it is a loss. Competent personnel, skillful resources, the human resource is being lost, and human resource is one of the important resource of any country above all. So it is already said, if you want to defeat any country, it is said, if you want to defeat any country, destroy the young, destroy the youth of that country, spoil the education of that country. So ultimately it will be a loss for the country. So if your educated people are being, human resources are moving, leaving your own country and leaving for that place, it will be a loss. It will be a complete loss for the country. And in terms of educational, the coming generation, people will be in loss. There will be less health facilities, there will be no development in sense of, or you can say it can be any field, it can be in field of education, it can be in field of health and so on. So if people are leaving, that means it is a loss. It is a loss because human resources become an asset to the developed country, become an asset to the destination country, and when it becomes an asset, it contributes for the development of the destination country. So what is the steps that government can take? Government should try to provide all the facilities what people are demanding. If they are not 100% they can give, more or less they should try to complete all the things, so that the country is not losing the educated ones, so that the country is not losing the professional or educated people. They may not move, they may serve their own nation. So for that, government should take initiative. Government should try to provide all the secure things to that person, so that the person feels secure in his own nation. So that's all for today's class. I feel brain drain topic we have discussed in very detail. Each and every point we have discussed, and I hope it is clear to my students, those who are watching me. Thank you for listening, and I hope I have cleared all your doubts related to this topic. Thank you. Do take very good care of yourself in this time. Thank you and have a nice day.